What's poppin', everybody? Celebi Team Up is out now and it's already banging, and we're gonna look at some cool decks and cool matches featuring the new cards. So I have right here the Venusaur deck that I showed you guys a couple of weeks. It's gonna be updated with some new faces, and we're gonna take advantage of the new Celebi and Venusaur GX tag team Pokemon right here. Goes really nicely with its Shining Legends Venusaur brother here. Now this Pokemon is very good with 270 HP, pretty high. It does give out 3 prizes, which is crucial, but when combined with Shining Legends Venusaur, his big attack costs become basically almost free, really. Just 2 energy attachments and you do crazy attacks for just 2 energies on. With Venusaur out, Shining Legends, we can do Solar Beam for basically 2 energy, 150 for 2, no cost, really good. Take care of Pokemon like Buzzles, Pokemon like Trashlands Garbodors, and all these just basic big Pokemon easily. You can even take care of a lot of Stage 2, regular Stage 2 Pokemon, no problem. And Evergreen GX attack, even better. We can only do this once, but being able to do 180 for just 2 energy and then healing all the damage is just too good to pass up. You put a choice band on this Pokemon, and we basically have a ticket for one big knockout on a Stage 1 Pokemon like Zoroark GX. You get a big knockout like that while healing all the damage. It's just a really good combo, very strong Pokemon. A lot deadlier than people think. When combined with the Shining Legends Venusaur right here, it becomes really fast and really powerful. A Pokemon like this, doing very high damage, putting pressure. So this is basically the main star, I guess, the latest addition in the deck. We're going to take advantage of this Pokemon, its HP, its attacks, do some good stuff with it. I've got my regular Venusaur line here. You gotta have it to make the deck work with Jungle Totem. Every grass energy is times 2. I've got 2 of these. It's preferable if you have 3, but I just have 2, so we run 2 of this and double Stretcher. 1 Ivysaur for the Stage 1, and then 3 of the Bulbasaurs to get our guy out. Now, a lot of the faces are pretty familiar here. I've got my usual text that are in here, like Lugia GX. Once again, with Venusaur out, we can just slap 2 grass energies on and use Pelagic Blade, however you pronounce it, and do 170 damage. With the Choice Band, that's 200. Take care of a lot of Pokemon easily. Now, Snorlax GX actually works very nicely in this deck as well. Eevee and Snorlax Tag Team GX. Unfortunately, I don't have it, but if you do, maybe it's better for you to run Snorlax and take Lugia out or take another Pokemon out. But I mean, this guy does 200 solid always. Snorlax only works for stage 1 dudes and evolution dudes, basically. Next up, we're going to have our Onix here, also from the previous deck list. This is a fighting Pokemon with 2 grass energies on. It's an easy way to knock out Zoroark GX and just fighting weak Pokemon. There's a lot of fighting weak Pokemon, man, all the time, especially from the new set. And Onix is going to be able to take care of them if your opponent wants to play them. Alright, next up I got my 1 Ferromosa here. We drop 1 for another new Pokemon here, but I still run 1. It's a very good grass Pokemon. If we get down to 1 prize, with White Ray we can do 180 for just 2 energies. Very powerful. It's a good early attacker. If you open with it in the beginning, you can start using High Jump Kick. Fury Retreat, just good basic Pokemon for sure. And I dropped the other one because we're adding this Shaymin Prism here, also from the new set, Team Up. Now this Pokemon is really good. It does have 80 HP, which is very low, but it does have Free Retreat, which is good. That's why it was easy for me to just happily drop a Ferromosa for this Pokemon, since it shares a Free Retreat as well. But the greatest thing about this Pokemon, of course, is Flower Storm. This attack works perfectly in a deck like this. With Venusaur out, we can basically start using it for 1 grass energy, and it's going to do 30 damage times the amount of basic energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So it's not gonna, it doesn't include DCs, but basic energies, so basically grass in this case. If I have like 3 grass energies out, that's basically 6 as far as Shaymin is concerned. So that's 180 for just 1 energy. And that's very powerful. We slap a Choice Band, get 1-hit knockouts once again. You can do a lot of damage. You just have a couple of grass energies, being times 2. Very powerful Pokemon. Since it's only going to give 1 prize, it's just great running it. Another great addition for this deck. Next up, I did run still 1 Virizion GX right here. Good little first attack, double draw, sensitive blade. We can do this for 1, do high damage, breeze away GX. I mean, you don't really want to use this when you can use Venusaur's GX ability, but I mean, you never know. You can drop this Pokemon and add Snorlax if you have it, or add something else. But I still kind of like it. It's pretty good. If we open with it, we can draw cards too, help us set up. However, the best opening Pokemon, and another new addition from Team Up, is this Jirachi right here with Stellar Wish. This Pokemon is freaking fantastic. You don't even have a clue. It really helps out just about any deck that wants to set up, that wants to evolve with Stage 2 Pokemon, that needs candies and shit, needs a bunch of cards to work. Really helps you out, grabbing any trainer card from the top 5 of your deck, and then you fall asleep. So you would get stuck if you fall asleep, but we have a few tools to mitigate this little drawback. And if your opponent doesn't use Guzma and you knock the Jirachi out, it's basically what we want anyway. So very good support Pokemon also from Team Up. It's going to help us get the candies, get just about any trainer here. You can get supporters, stadiums, not just items, anything. Really, really good. I'll probably run more if I have one, if I had more, but I only have one, as you guys can see here. And next up, the last Pokemon, we still run one Tapu Lele GX. Still a very good Pokemon. Instantly get any supporter that you need. And the great thing about this Pokemon is that it really benefits a lot from Venusaur here. Having the ×2 Grass Energy on means that if you have 2 on, you basically have 4. And then before you know it, this Pokemon can do very, very high damage on opposing Pokemon that have a few energies on themselves. So pretty good. These are all the Pokemon. Now for the trainers, we have a lot of new trainers from Team Up that are included in here. So the first one is the Judge Whistle. I think this card is kind of, they shouldn't have released a card like this, which is just draw 1 card. But it's pretty good. It's basically a better acrobike. You don't have to discard anything, you just instantly draw. You don't get the option of which card you want, but I like just having a simple card, simple straight draw card like this. So really good. We're going to run one of these. Nice. I still got to have my 1 nest ball here to grab any Pokemon, and then 3 net ball here to grab us grass energies and our grass Pokemon too, basic grass Pokemon. So very, very nice here. Important to get the Bulbasaur early, important to get grass energies. You don't want to miss attaching energies in this deck, because if you don't and you keep building up energies, then this deck becomes very deadly. Shaymin becomes very powerful. You always have a bunch of attackers ready to dish out a lot of damage. It's pretty good. Since we're running a stage 2 deck, the rare candy is standard for these. Get our Doodad. And I run my usual techs here, the double field blower, the stretcher here. I run 2 stretcher because we don't have the 3rd Venusaur. So this is supposed to be like an extra Venusaur, I guess, if it dies. We can get anything with this, any Pokemon really. Even this Venusaur GX, you can get it back and reuse it again. If your opponent doesn't have a lot of resources, they only need to get like maybe 1 or 2 prizes and they have to kill this thing again. It can be pretty good. So very, very nice. And what else do I have here? I gotta have my Ultra Balls here, 2 Ultra Ball. Really good. Get us anything. Get us Venusaur. Our stage 2. We don't have any other way to search it in the hand. Very nice. You can pick this up with Jirachi too. And I have my switches here. We have 2 switches here. I dropped one of the escape boards and added another switch. The reason is because Jirachi, even though it does have it has 1 retreat cost. If you slap the skateboard and it's asleep, you can't retreat anyway. So having an additional switch is just a good out. I like it. If your opponent doesn't knock this thing out and you get ready, then you just use the switch, bring out your active Pokemon, start attacking. Really nice. It's a good way to get Jirachi out of the way. And switch, it just comes in handy so many times. Alright, and next up we got our tools here. I dropped, like I said, because I dropped the skateboard, because I dropped the damn tool back too. We just have our 3 tools. 3 choice band is basically MVP. This is what boosts our damage. With this, Venusaur can get 1-shots. Lugia can get 1-shots. It helps out basically everyone. Shaymin here. Lele can use this, even Virizion, everybody. Really good. And for the instances where we don't run against GX Pokemon, Poison Barb is also kind of good. If you attach it on your active Pokemon and they attack to it, they're going to get poisoned. The damage is going to add up at least 2 damage counters, so it's pretty good. Okay, Stadiums. Stadiums, you gotta have your one alive forest. This is pretty good, especially when combined with Venusaur. If our opponent can't really dish out a lot of high damage, like if they just, let's say, use Buzzwole in the beginning, you basically negate all that shit, heal all the damage, and it's just great. Of course, Grass, Prism Stadium, no explanation needed. And then I got the Sky Pillar too, one of these. Protect our Pokemon from spread, I suppose. Why not? Since I can't run double Life Forest. And all that's left now is the supporters. I have my standard stuff. You still gotta have your 4 Cynthia. And we dropped our copycat here for a more reliable card, in my opinion. This brand new, lovely Erica's Hospitality. This card is obviously very good. It's gonna see play in many, many decks. If you have 4 or fewer cards other than this card in your hand, you draw a card for each of your opponent's Pokemon. If you can draw like at least 4 cards with this, it's pretty good. If you draw more than 4 cards, then it becomes even damn better. So very, very nice. Another new addition to the deck. Gotta have the 2 lilies too. This is pretty good because you can now grab this with Jirachi too. You know, you do what you have to do, play the Ultra Ball, you know, discard cards from your hand. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like Jirachi just enables a lot of great plays here. Like you see what you get, and then depending on what you get, you make the appropriate play. It's just perfect. So double Lily, very good. Then I gotta have the 1 Liza, another switching outlet, I suppose, and shuffle and draw 5 cards. Not bad either. I got 1 Volkner. This is a Skylar dude here. We don't need 2. I dropped 1 for, you know, to make the changes in the deck. Thanks to Jirachi, since Jirachi can get us basically items as well, I feel comfortable just dropping 1 Volkner and only having 1. It's still a decent card getting you any item here. Just 1 though. And then last but not least, 1 Guzma. I wish I had a way to run more of this guy, but I really just don't. I hate having cards like these early or just being dead early game when I'm setting up. So that's why I don't really want to run more. I would really like if we had like VS Seeker, then I can reuse him more times that way, but we don't. So just 1, you time it right, you get a KO. Very, very good. Also a switching outlet too. It's a way to get you Jirachi out of the way too, which is why I feel like this Pokemon is this card is gonna see even more play. I mean, it's already being maxed out in many decks, but yeah, it's great. It makes me want to run more of this guy now because of Jirachi, but you know, for now we're still gonna run 1. And the last thing is the energies still run DC. You can use this when you haven't brought out Venusaur yet. I debated maybe dropping 1 of this and just adding 1 more grass energy for Shaymin too. Make sure Shaymin is always live. You gotta attach grass energies on this dude to work. Can't use DC, but DC is just pretty good. Onyx can use it. Lugia can use it. Venusaur can use it. Basically everybody can use it. It's pretty good. I mean, maybe it does conflict with Shaymin, but for now, still 3. Maybe I'll drop 1 at best, and then the rest is just grass energies. 9 grass energies here. So this is the Totten box, as I like to call it. Venusaur Tag Team GX deck. Pretty simple. You just take advantage of Shiny Legends Venusaur great ability with Jungle Totten, and take advantage of Pokemon to get big knockouts easily. You got your Onyx for fighting weak Pokemon. You got Lugia as a generally good Pokemon here. You got Venusaur, of course, which is the star from this deck. Really, really dishing out high damage when combined with Shiny Legends Venusaur. And we have other great techs too, like Shaymin. You got Faramasa. Virizion GX might be handy too, you know. So this is basically the deck, guys. I'm feeling really confident with it. I've played a few games. I'm going to show you, of course, some matches. And it's just, man, the team upset is really banging. The new cards really just are very impactful. And I think they're yeah, cards like Jiraiya are going to be very healthy, helping out everybody. So that's basically the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed this our first deck featuring the new cards, Celebi and Venusaur GX here, and going to show you guys some matches, of course, next. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys subscribe, leave a like, and share this with your friends. My channel is an excellent hub for all things TCG, so I do hope you subscribe. Thank you guys for watching as always, and Celebi I'll see you guys on the on the match, basically the first match with this deck. So Celebi we'll say.